welcome to Garden Style. So believe it or not, I am standing in the very same place I was standing 2 weeks ago with about 22 inches of snow on the ground. So as you can see, we are out of the snow. However, they're still threatening us tonight with maybe an inch or two of snow in the morning. Let's hope that doesn't come true. So today I'm going to be covering Hellebores with you and all the different colors and varieties that are available, especially at this time of the year when we are so hungry for color. So I'm going to take you on a really short tour through our lath house and show you the colors we have, and then I'll take you to my house and show you what mine look like after being completely smashed for about a week and a half underneath 2 weeks of snow, 2 feet of snow I should say, and they have sprung back and they look amazing, which is one of the reasons I love them so. So I'm going to educate you a little bit on Hellebores. Now is the perfect time to start planting them, and of course visiting your nurseries, as they're going to have a huge variety of them available for you. So let's go. Hi everybody. So here I am in my garden. Now it is really hard to believe that there was about 2 feet of snow laying out here just 10 days ago. But as you can see, there's a lot of these plants sitting here who were completely smashed and covered for almost a couple of weeks, at least 10 or 11 days. And as you can see, they have sprung back. Believe it or not, a lot of these Hellebores I planted in January of this year, because we had several days there, like a week or two, where we were in the 50s. And I was convinced at that point we were going to get a really early spring. And then, of course, Snowmageddon hit in February. So I'm going to get up close here so I can show you some of the varieties of Hellebores that I have here. And as you can see behind me, I have done absolutely no cleanup yet out here in the garden. This is the first day where actually the snow has actually melted from over here. Because Hellebores are a shade plant, they prefer to be in the shade, so needless to say the snow takes a lot longer to go away when it's sitting in the shade. But behind me here I have this beautiful, I have a group of like sword ferns that sit here behind me, and they're usually standing about 4 feet above me, and as you can see they're laying flat. But no fear, a lot of these plants are going to spring right back as soon as it starts to warm up just a little bit more. It may appear just absolutely gorgeous today, but it's actually only 48 degrees out. But at least there's no wind today, so it doesn't feel, you know, more like 30 out here. But a lot of these plants, as soon as the sap starts running in them and it starts to get a little bit warmer, probably about 10 more degrees, you're going to start to see them stand up again. And needless to say, there's a lot of these that need to get cleaned out. So I've got my work cut out for me. But I am just so grateful that we didn't suffer more damage than we did, especially at the nursery. I did suffer some damage here at the house. I had a carport cave in on me, had a skylight get cracked from a branch breaking off of a tree, but that is minor compared to what could have been. So I will get up close here with my camera and show you some of the beautiful specimens that I have here in my garden. The group I have here I've just planted about a month ago. And yes, you can plant them in the winter as long as your ground isn't frozen. And then I have another group over on the other side that I planted last year. And I just wanted to show you the colors and talk to you about Hellebores a little bit. They are by far one of my favorite late winter, early spring blooming plants. They are evergreen. Most of them are hardy down to, I would say zone 4, zone 3 for some varieties, all the way up to zone 9. And these guys will hang on to their blooms until April. So they may fade a little bit, but they still add interest and some color to the garden until everybody else can start getting caught up and start doing their thing for the early spring. So I'll get behind the camera here and talk to you a little bit more. Okay, so the hard part's going to be fighting the glare of the sun as I try to show you some of these. This is a beautiful, like, maroon red color, and as you can see, these are single petals on this Hellebore, but look at all the blooms. Look at this. And he's loaded. He's doing great. You would never know he was buried underneath 2 feet of snow. But this is what I love about hellebores. They're extremely resilient and extremely hardy. And you will notice that some of these blooms droop down, like this one is right here. And that's kind of a natural thing that Mother Nature does, so that when it does snow, it's not actually ruining the inside of the flower that you see here. It's actually drooping so that rain and snow itself will actually fall over the petals onto the ground without damaging the entire flower. I guess you could call it a built-in natural instinct for these flowers. Because I've had a lot of customers ask me why their flowers droop down. And that's just natural for this plant to do, especially when it's blooming and like the worst time of year, when it's either pouring rain or pouring snow. I have another one over here who's doing that very thing. See how they're drooping down? And I can just lift them up so that you can see them. But what a beautiful cranberry color that one is. And these are available in a wide variety of colors, from lavenders to deep pink to pink and white, and they've even come out with black. And I bought a black one just last year. And I will show him to you here in just a minute as he's finally putting out a bloom. And here's another one that's just in plain white, but beautiful nonetheless, and they just stand out here when nothing else is getting going. And I do apologize for my messy garden. We just survived a major wallop from the snow. And I'm going to show you the tag of this one because he's got buds, but they're not quite open yet. But you can see there's buds hiding down in here. See that? And this is what they're going to look like when they open. And I actually had some at the nursery that were open that I can flash a picture for you, because this is just not wanting to focus for me at all. Oh, there it goes. But that's called Spring Promise Lenten Rose, and it is truly one of my favorites. But as you can see, they come in doubles as well. Beautiful flowers. So that's something fun to look forward to. And then we are going to quickly meander over here across the messy yard. And I'll show you some that are a little older that I put in last year. And this is another one. And as you can see, it's got the purple on the inside. Okay, get the camera to cooperate with me here and just focus. Focus. There we go. It just sits still, but look, all the beautiful purple speckles on the inside, and it's a double in white. Another one of my favorites. And let's see, what else do we have? Here's one that's coming up. It's a deeper cranberry color, a double as well. And they're just now starting to open. Now it's starting to get warmer out. And then over here, look at that. Pretty dramatic. I never thought I'd be one to like black or really dark purple flowers, but they're kind of growing on me. Okay. Alright, you guys, there you go. A little brief blurb on hellebores. And towards the end of this video, I'll show you our lath house and some of the color that is starting to roll in already for spring. We are getting so excited here. And I know the customers that are coming into our store just have the spring itch so bad. And I have to say, almost on a daily basis, calm down, slow down. We're not quite there yet. It's not quite warm enough yet to be putting out your early season veggies, that kind of thing. But we're right on the edge. And you can certainly put in flowers like primroses and pansies, ranunculus. We just got Ericium in, or wallflower as we call them. And I'll shoot some pictures of those that we have coming in already into the nursery. And we've already received our spring and summer bulbs. Things like asparagus, rhubarb, horseradish can be planted now. I'll show you a big row of strawberries that we just got potted up and put outside today. So it's definitely getting really close to spring. What are we, about 14 days away, 2 weeks away from spring? And we're already seeing signs starting to roll into the nursery as we are all getting so excited. And as you can see off into the corner here, there's still a little bit of snow. It's still being stubborn. It's not quite all melted yet, but we survived. For those folks who are back east and are going through more snow again, as well as in the Midwest, my heart goes out to you. I certainly hope that that is it. You're going to get clobbered one last time, and I certainly hope that your spring begins here real soon. And I do want to send out shout out to all the folks in the South, especially Alabama, Georgia, Florida, who just went through those terrible, horrific tornadoes down south. We all send our prayers to you and hope that you get a speedy recovery and get through this as best you can. I just can't even imagine something as horrific up here. But they have been through it as well. I don't think there's a single corner of this country this past winter that hasn't suffered something from this last winter. It's been super long, it's been harsh, and I know we are all more than ready to get going with spring. So many prayers to those of you in the South as well as the Midwest and the East Coast, and hope that you recover quickly from this horrible winter that we've all been through. Meanwhile, I hope to spark a little inspiration with some color headed your way towards the end of this video, and of course by the next one I'll have a whole new shipment coming in and some all new specimens that we can talk about in the next video. And fruit trees, I've got people coming in and picking up fruit trees now. We're starting to plant those up here. So not all hope is lost. Spring is coming and it's getting warmer day by day. Meanwhile, you can get a hold of me at gardenstylenwest@gmail.com in my email, or you can go to my website at gardenstylenw.com. And spring's almost here, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi everybody, and welcome to Garden Style. Well, today I was going to do a video on some houseplants, but we have gotten walloped hard here in the state of Washington. We received up to 10-12 inches just here where I live, and as you can see behind me, I barely even recognize the nursery right now. Everything is just covered in snow. We got down to about 16 degrees last night. We're expecting about 3 or 4 more inches today, and another 6 to 8 inches tomorrow. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a break here in the near future. We are praying we see a break by Valentine's Day. It should at least get above freezing by Tuesday and Wednesday. Snowplow out there in the background, working feverishly to get our roads passable again. We were supposed to get fruit trees this week. Don't see that happening. Then we're going to get more primroses and bedding plants. We're actually planning on perennials. And all that is just going to have to wait for another week. There are no fruit trees. You can see we're empty. But what trees we do have left are doing just fine. Lots of sticks. And by the time we get to the end of February, we're done looking at sticks. We want to see some leaves. We are desperate for spring. I'm sure a lot of folks on the East Coast can agree with me on that one. I'm out of breath. It's just like, there's like 10 inches of snow here. I'm like plowing my way through just to walk around.